leading the way with important local coverage. You're watching WISN 12 News at 5:30.
The Brewers play their final home game of the regular season. Hear what owner Mark Atanasio is saying about their playoff hunt without star Christian Yelich.
Young mother with children. Isn't that something? And they got to grow up without a mother.
And for the second time in just days, a young mother has been shot and killed in Milwaukee. We begin here tonight, though, on Weather Watch. A flash flood watch is in effect here on this rainy Sunday. Meteorologist Chris Swaim here with us now. And Chris, we're still seeing rain here throughout the afternoon.
It has just been all day, Ben. Still an active radar you see here behind me. Those showers continuing across southeastern Wisconsin. If you have plans tonight, grab the rain gear. That rain's going to continue for the next couple of hours. Another round of rain expected after this. That'll take us into tonight. Here's a closer look at some of the areas seeing showers right now. Mainly north side of Milwaukee, Fox Point, Menominee Falls, Port Washington, and Mequon, just to name a few, a little bit farther south. Some areas of heavy rain starting to make its way into between East Troy and Norway, right along I-43, Lake Geneva, Union Grove. You're going to be running the windshield wipers for tonight. Light and steady rain out there so far. Thankfully, not a lot of complications from flooding. That's always good news. It's been stretched out a little bit more. More rain still to come on the backside of this. We'll be watching it throughout the evening, Ben.
All right, thank you, Chris. Well, it was a big day for Wisconsin sports fans. The Packers beat the Broncos at Lambeau, and the Brewers win their final home game of the regular season as they make their push to the playoffs. 12 Sports Director Dan Needles here with us now. Dan, the Brewers have just been one of the best teams in baseball here over the past few weeks.
They have the best record in all of baseball in September. And before today's game, Fangraphs had the Brewers at a 90% chance to make the playoffs. It's even better now. Their magic number is down to 3.
From Lambeau Field, Stephanie Sutton, WISN 12 Sports.
All right, so the Packers are 3-0, the Badgers are 3-0, and the Brewers this weekend 3-0.
Just a pretty good weekend for Wisconsin.
Pretty much, yeah.
About as good as it could be. All right, Dan, thank you. Now this. Those are Packer fans cheering on the team to victory. It was a pretty good weekend, right? They gathered in the Deer District and at the Beer Garden and at the Mecca Sports Bar to watch the game there on the big screens. The Bucks return to Fiserv Forum here in a little more than 2 weeks. The first home preseason game is October 9th against the Utah Jazz. Updating breaking news now from Saturday night. Milwaukee police say the man who fell into the Milwaukee River and died last night was 30 years old. Investigators have still not released his name. Witnesses say the man fell from a pontoon during a birthday party. That happened around 6:30. Police say several people tried to rescue him, but first responders found his body 2 hours later near Erie and Jackson. Overnight, someone shot and killed a woman early this morning, and witnesses say that she was a young mother. 12 News' Shanae Amara reports from 55th and Keefe, where devastated loved ones gathered to mourn.
Well, I stood right here. WISN 12 News.
Milwaukee police are still investigating what led up to that shooting and have not released the suspect's name. It was just Thursday night when another young mother was shot and killed in Milwaukee. 23-year-old Jasmine Banks was caught in the crossfire as she drove near 5th and Center with her baby, twin sister, and niece. Banks died, and nobody else was hurt. Police are still looking for the gunman. Milwaukee police say that a man was stabbed inside of the Zeb's family restaurant near 27th and Morgan Avenue around 4:30 this morning. The victim had cuts to his hand and is expected to survive. Police are looking for suspects. Next here at 5:30, making music for family farmers. Why organizers say this weekend's Farm Aid concert at Alpine Valley was so important. Plus, the on-field honor for a local teacher at today's Packers game. Up next.
With important local coverage, you're watching WISN 12 News at 10.
A petition drive to recall Racine County's district attorney, what she is saying about the effort to remove her from office. And the Badgers crushed the Wolverines at Camp Randall, while the players believe they also won respect. Well, we begin here first with breaking news tonight. First responders recovered the body of a man who apparently fell into the Milwaukee River. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard joins us now live from the 3rd Ward near the Hone Bridge. And Hannah, there was a big response out there tonight.
There really was, Ben. It's definitely ramped down out here, but it was just a few hours ago. Several boats were out here in the water looking for this man. Our last police officer leave the scene, so everything is back to normal out here right now.
Hannah Hilliard reporting live for us here tonight in Milwaukee. Hannah, thank you. Now to Weather Watch 12 here, and a flash flood watch in our area. Here's a live look outside. We have already had rain today. Meteorologist Chris Swaim is here with us. Now, Chris, pretty gloomy here today, and tomorrow could even be a washout.
I think that's when the heavy rain's going to start to arrive, Ben. We still have the heaviest of the rain in front of us. A little bit of activity on the radar late tonight. That's starting to clear a little bit out there so far right now. A few leftover showers near Racine, Kenosha, Wind Point, right along the lakefront. You might have a little bit of light rain left over if you're right along Lake Michigan. But most of that's starting to move off to the east. We'll get a little bit of a break tonight.
You can keep an eye on the radar and check for any weather alerts 24 hours a day on our website, WISN.com, and on the mobile app. A recall in Racine. A group of people are collecting signatures to try to oust the Racine County District Attorney. It comes as the DA decided not to charge a Mount Pleasant police officer who shot and killed 18-year-old Tyrese West in June. Here's 12 News' Hannah Hilliard.
Just days after this large crowd.
And the group has 60 days to collect all of those signatures. Well, a huge win for the Wisconsin Badgers. They trounced the Michigan Wolverines at Camp Randall Stadium here this afternoon. 12 Sports Director Dan Needles here begins our coverage. Dan?
Well, Ben, either Michigan was overrated or Wisconsin was underrated. Bottom line, the Badgers open Big Ten play with a dominant win over the 11th-ranked team. They will have more in sports.
All right, see you in a bit here, Dan. Thank you. Milwaukee police are investigating 4 separate shootings that happened last night. One of them wounded a 6-year-old girl. A bullet grazed the child in a home near 31st and St. Paul. Police say the shooting was an accident and that they arrested a 19-year-old suspect.
I don't think that you should be carrying around a gun, especially if you're 19. I'm 19, and I mean, like, I don't even got no gun. Things happened like this before. I think there was, like, a little girl who's sitting in her room, and she got shot.
The district attorney will likely consider charges next week. At least 3 other shootings kept Milwaukee police busy Friday night and hurt 4 people, and that includes a 15-year-old hit while playing near 91st and Appleton Avenue, when police say at least 2 men started arguing. They are still looking for suspects in that case.
Let this be a turning point for the city, Lord. God, don't let this be in vain, Lord. Let this violence stop, Lord. God, let it know.
Citizens and police officers holding hands in Milwaukee praying for peace. It's part of the 3rd annual Stop the Violence Street March at 3rd and Burleigh. And there was also a community cleanup today, also aimed at ending violence. We found these people picking up and sweeping at Ben Franklin Elementary. They say cleaning the school builds community pride, but young people need to have outlets too.
Finding different hobbies, positive things to do, positive ways to think, and positive ways just to channel your anger.
Milwaukee Alderman Khalif Rainey helped organize today's cleanup. New here on 12, a local church has a new look tonight. The Basilica of St. Josephat unveiled the new lighting system for its dome at 6th and Lincoln in Milwaukee. The ceremony is part of years of work to showcase the church's unique architecture in Milwaukee's night sky.
It was just so moving to finally see the end of this project come together tonight and to be able to share it with the community.
The Basilica of St. Josephat has stood on Milwaukee's south side for nearly 120 years. Well, from tuition cuts at Carthage College to layoffs at Marquette University, new tonight, 12 News' Matt Smith takes a closer look at the challenges facing higher education in Wisconsin.
It's been a couple weeks since the announcement front. In Milwaukee, I'm Matt Smith, WISN 12 News.
And tomorrow on Upfront, the population change poised to hit colleges and universities. That's Sunday morning at 9 only, right here on WISN 12. Well, Alpine Valley is rocking tonight. Let's listen in on this year's Farm Aid concert. Oh, and I think we just missed Neil Young. He was just up on stage a minute ago. Let's take a listen to one of the other acts performing. Dave Matthews just a moment ago. Some big names here on the bill tonight. They include Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp. As you see here, Dave Matthews and Bonnie Raitt as well as Neil Young. The first Farm Aid concert was held in 1985. Since then, the shows have raised more than $57 million to help family farmers. Well, from saving farms to saving the planet, the action demonstrators want people to take here at home to help fight climate change. Plus, we'll take you to an event that brought a lot of heart to Milwaukee's lakefront today.
The heaviest of the rain still to come out of this system. I'll time out the Sunday showers and what kind of impacts they could have in Weather Watch 12.
See more of the local stories important to you with the WISN 12 News app. Download right now. The new sports